Well, in that case, I guess we might as well get started. We're still waiting on a couple people, but we are going to kick it off. I'm excited. Welcome to episode 51. Okay, that wasn't what I expected. Hi, everybody. My name is Todd. Oh, wrong. There we go. My name is Todd, and we're going to be playing some Dungeons & Dragons. I'm going to be the DM. This is SideQuest Live. I should mention that. Got a bunch of people here. We're waiting on a couple. Actually, no, we're waiting on Carl, and we are on episode 51. 51. I'm so excited. That's so awesome. So we've been at this for a while. We're doing a homebrew, which then turned into Descent into Avernus. For those who've played it, I welcome your input of like, hey, you changed this. Go ahead and rage at me. Rage! No, I'm really excited, and it's the first time I run a module, so I'm really happy to see how it all meshes together with what the players had going on, what we've got going on. So I'm excited to get in there. One more thing is that we play with the internet. That's right. Rock out. And yeah. But no, what I mean is you get to influence our game. So you can spend some plot points. You watch for a bit, you get some plot points, and you can spend, if you're watching live, you can spend some plot points and make something happen. And we improvise with it, and we figure out how to bring it into the game, either immediately or a little bit later on. And some of the things are in there, they just haven't been revealed to the players, just so you know. Looking at you point spenders. Anyway, so we're really excited to be back. I'm just going to go around. We'll introduce everybody and get the game going. Hi, everybody. I think it works. Is it working?
Hello.
I think it's working.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah.
How's it going?
I was expecting there to be more two-way to that dialogue, right?
Nah. Thank you very much, Uncanny Tree, and also thanks for tuning back in. Great to see you. So we're going to do a quick intro of all the characters. As you can see, not everybody's here yet, but we'll get everybody on as soon as they can join us. You've already met me. Let's go around and meet... Who wants it first? You guys. Let's meet Fenris. Let's meet Gordon.
Hey, Gordon. Longtime player since episode 1, playing Fenris, a human shadow sorcerer, who is getting really ready, ramped up to see what can be done to save an old friend. And
yeah, this is a rescue now.
Yeah, and also to kind of tie a lot of loose ends up. We've accomplished some things and leveled up.
Yes.
And it seems like we're getting very close to getting out of here.
That's right.
He's got his eye on the prize, and he is also learning a lot more about himself and his history and lineage, I guess, beyond just being born under a dark sign and hunted.
Absolutely. So yeah, I think the term wayfarer keeps coming up. I probably stole it from a book somewhere. I don't know. But teleportation cult or something. This is Stargates. It's all about Stargates. All right, we're going to keep going around the horn. Next up is Darcy.
I guess that makes me next, yeah. Hi, I'm Darcy. Find me at twitch.tv/DarcyBits. But I do want to say quickly here, tomorrow I will not be at twitch.tv/DarcyBits. I will be at twitch.tv/Greg Hansen.
That's
at the same time slot that we are, 9 o'clock our time, whatever your time is. I'm guesting on the Land Beyond the Mists, which is a
nice
community played West Marches D&D game. So very excited for that. You should all check it out. Yeah, totally. That's that.
That's awesome.
As far as this game is concerned,
remind me and I'll host it.
Sorry, I had to get that plug in there.
No problem. Get it in.
I'm playing a Paladin, Henrietta Pedersen, and also known as Hen. I'm a little rambly right now because I was like, oh, I need to do a thing, but I don't know the words. That's her. She'll figure it out. She doesn't do much. It's fine.
It's true. Yeah, she's a paladin, a peller, and a bard all the same. And so, what's she gonna do in hell? All right, let's keep going around the horn. I do see we got some people in chat. Hold your horses, hold your horses. We're just getting into the intro here. All right, we'll bring it in and all in due time, all in due time. All right, let's meet Bela for a sec.
Hey, everybody. I'm Bela, and I am playing Darmita, our Gloomstalker Ranger, and she's a fallen Aasimar, and yeah, she's very focused now that she has Sarnia. She feels like she's close to finding probably one of the most important people to her.
Nice.
In life.
Absolutely.
Anyway, I'll say in life.
So your old companion, your longtime companion, Benkuhm, was captured or killed. You weren't sure. Everybody had to flee in this onslaught of both devils and demons shortly after arriving in hell with Elturel. Or slightly after Elturel. And as you were fleeing, Benkuhm just held off the enemy and just did a big speech, and much love to that episode. I forget which episode it was. I'll put it right here. All right. So sorry. I can edit. I just don't like to. So I much prefer live. So anyway, Benkuhm held them off when you thought he was dead, gone for good, but it turns out he may only be missing in action. So Benkuhm, the Goliath Barbarian, there may just be a chance to rescue him. Now that you've captured the Erinyes, who's been a thorn in your side for a little while, she is now leading you to your fallen companion. All right. Yeah.
I did want to do one thing just sort of retroactively that I thought about in terms of Sarnia.
Yeah, what's up?
As we're kind of, because we're...
Just so you know, she's at one hit point still.
I restored more than one hit point.
Oh, that's true. I'm sorry.
She's at like 6 or something.
I spent an entire healing word on her. Yeah.
One whole
healing word. I've got the
cure. It was a healing word because I needed a bonus action. That's why. Yes, it was a healing word because I needed it to be a bonus action. I think I could have waited around. She wasn't going to get a crit on the first roll, but whatever. Sorry.
You didn't want her dropping dead because she was the only lead you had. Sorry, as I scramble around for my dice. I'm actually going to do real dice tonight for myself on camera, hopefully. Let me just do this. All right, there we go. So anyway, yeah, you were going to say about
last
Sarnia.
We left off, we were in the Hell Machine or whatever, driving, and Darmita was taking a long rest because she's the only one who has not done this. But I wanted to know if I could, before I go to sleep, Little Miss Fancy Pants is back there with me.
Yeah, rattling around
and
in
I
the
wanted
back
to know
of
if
your
I could have
machine.
a little chit chat with her before I doze off.
Sure, we're gonna get a little timey-wimey with this stuff, so I don't mind jumping back at all if you guys don't mind. So you were all rattling your way across the Avernus plains, just outdistancing that demonic horde that is scurrying up over the banks of the Styx, attacking the fallen, the wrecked flying fortress, the former bastion for Zariel. You now have Sarnia in tow, as she's promised to guide you through and get you to your companion in exchange for her life. So, you're rattling around, the machine is rocking back and forth as I think it was Fenris was busy piloting it. You're in the back just getting settled as best you can in this uncomfortable environment. Sarnia's sitting, her leathery wings and plate mouth just ever so slightly shifting and clinking as she's kind of sitting grumpily in the corner, Henrietta staring from across the way as well, keeping a close eye, as is Falurie. when Falurie perches on this roof of basically your school bus, your magic school bus, in hell. And so, what do you want to say to her as she's looking at you?
I'm just going to kind of lean up close so that they can't hear me. And I'm be like, you may have made a deal with Fenris, and I'll honor that deal for now. But I assure you, should Benkuhm not be alive, or not himself, the deal for me will be null and void.
As I said, the last I saw him, he was under the tender mercies of our Inquisitor. Internet, I'm gonna need a name of a chain devil. Like a massive, like, king torturer chain devil that now has possession of Benkuhm. I cannot guarantee his safety entirely, but I will do my best. Maximus is not known to be tender, but he gets results.
For your sake, he's not doing well at his job today.
Oh, he's been at it for some time.
Well, so
Old
have
Maxie. I'm sorry. You'd best refer to him by his title. Lord Maximus Artix, Chief Torturer of the Fortress of Oblivion.
Well, you better hope he's off his game, because your life depends on it. I'm good at my job, too. As you know.
Let us hope. That's in short supply down here.
And then I just
Then you
kind
nap.
of go find a corner.
You have a nice little nap. It's very
So that we
relaxing.
can go.
All right, so we're going to time jump a little bit here. Hopefully Carl can join us in a moment. You guys, boom, cut, smash cut. You pull up outside, following our directions across the plains of Avernus to this smoking, smoldering ruin around the outside, through a ring gate into a tall, ominous, half-burned down castle. This thing was ancient and beautiful, but it is now a ruin and a wreck in a war-torn plain. Pulling up at the insistence of Sarnia, the Erinyes, one of the chief architects of Zerial's will, probably like third in command-ish. She kind of gathers herself up and instructs you all. I recommend that you all act like my bodyguard. Perhaps one of you might fit in best as a prisoner, she says, looking specifically at the one adorned in Pelor Paladin plate mail. That was a nice trick, Sarnia says to Fenris, when you looked like that spine devil. Can you do that again?
Yeah, so I'll just use the hat of disguise.
Nice. So you can appear how you wish. And
Did I get a long rest?
You did get a long rest. It was a long trip. We smash cut through time. All right.
Nice.
Falurie has been hovering
my
around.
Short rest stuff.
Nice. Falurie has been scouting here and there, and for now is going to be watching and scouting for exit. You guys have had to kind of do a winding route. There's a big chasm, almost like the ground just cracked open between, and on the far side there was a pretty good spot where you could park your infernal machines. You don't necessarily have to go up riding around in this, or you can. It's totally up to you. The entrance of this broken keep it's only a single floor, and most of the walls are fallen. And Sarnia tells you that you'll follow her lead. Follow my lead. She walks boldly across, and telepathically she reminds you, and this is to all of you. She says, "Now, I will do my best. However, I am bound by my word as devils are. But there are limits of what they will do and believe. Let us hope we are not questioned too closely." All right, you guys, boom.
And
so go ahead.
at that, I'm going to cast Disguise Self.
Nice.
And I will go ahead and make myself also. You look like a chain devil?
Mind devil.
He looks like a spine devil.
Spine devil? Can I do a chain devil?
Sure. You won't actually be able to affect things with your chains at a distance the way they do, but you can definitely.
Then no.
Like it.
Yeah, it's kind of
definitely not, because that wouldn't work. All right.
There are bearded devils. There are spine devils. Bearded are the most human, or human. Yeah.
Actually,
humanoid.
you know what? I'll go bearded devil.
Yeah, I'll go
Yeah,
bearded.
Sure.
Just a point of order. I'm gonna convert 2 of my first level spell slots into sorcery points since I'm not getting a long rest out of this.
Right.
And I am actually gonna take something from.
I mean, you can take a long rest if you want to,
Oh, it could?
but that clock
Okay,
is ticking. So you were at, I think, 5 days left in order
so
to
we'll
get
be at
back in
4
Res
days.
Lulu.
We'll be
But
at
if
4
you're
days.
willing, you can take it and then go in fresh. It's up to you.
I think we should go in fresh. This is like game time, and there's still 4 days. So
All
So
right.
we just like
go right
park the car somewhere and rest in it.
yeah.
Yeah. Whoop.
So
I'm okay with that. Is
yeah.
our Darmita okay with that?
Sure.
Yeah,
Call
cool.
Darmita.
Okay.
All right.
She'll suck it up.
All right.
Cool. I am going to.
Still got a little bit of time. You got more than one life hanging in the balance. Darmita does
Right.
not sleep well. She's just like, wakes up every few hours and just like, ready to go. But eventually you fall asleep. Smash
I'm gonna
cut.
take
for-
something from
Oh, yeah.
the magic school bus, like
Okay.
a little memento with me, just
Sure.
Yeah,
Chunk of metal.
just-
There's
yeah.
chunk of metal, chunk of bone. It's easy to pry off.
like a little monument thing. I'm sure there's a few little monument like ornaments. I'll just
Yeah.
take one off.
Totally.
Okay, done.
You just crack off the hood ornament.
It's that's why people do that.
Just in case, it's for good luck. Let's
All right. Okay, smash cut forward. You
I'm
guys.
gonna take the. Sorry.
That's okay.
We don't have to have like the scene, but when
No.
we cut in, Darmita is holding one end of the rope of entangling,
Mhm.
and it's round my wrists.
Nice. That would fit in very nicely. So you are
So you have control over that. I'm not gonna actually put myself in like manacles or put
now.
myself at the
Can you
mercy of,
please
like,
growl like
Sarnia,
a
but yeah.
Wookiee? There it is. There it is. All right, smash cut.
Close,
You guys get
close,
to that
not good,
nervous.
close.
You thought for a few minutes you were toast in that first few seconds as you're standing there, and there's like spine devils up top, and a bearded devil comes walking up and looks at Sarnia, and she just growls at him and barks at him in infernal. And he recognizes her. Open up. She says something like prisoner transfer from cell block 1128. And then she starts to bring you down, and you begin to descend down into these. Part of them are just fallen and cracks that they've tunneled through. Other times it intercepts with actual masonry and stonework, so it's hard to make sense of how torn up this whole area is. 1138. Thank you. I made a mistake. 1138. Thank you, Yafet. All right, so as you guys have headed deep down into this chasm, you kind of lose track of direction and space. You're trusting a lot in Sarnia here as she goes down. You can see the gashes she got from you. Just for now. No, I just lost a nerd point right there. I should know that. Anyway, so you guys wind down, and at one point it gets really hot, and she opens this massive metal door. She actually gets the Paladin to help her out because she's a bit banged up. In a commanding voice, you end up heading into this expanse of just open pillars and air, no railings, just cracks, and down below is just ever so slightly lit by the flicker of orangish red light pouring up from below. You'll be on a platform and then it'll precipice. You see these massive chains holding up and re-securing everything. These almost like little islands tunneling down. And at one point you look over and you can see there are many more layers and levels to this as you look down it. And you hear it before you even see it. You just hear the tortured yells and screaming of those who are being broken in the very heart of Avernus. Sarnia doesn't really slow down. She walks as though she's been here 1,000 times. You guys have to scramble to keep up. At one point, she leads you down through and around, down a staircase around, and then you find yourselves out on a platform. And there's a bearded devil there, and she kind of gives it a look, and it jumps out of the way, and she goes walking forward. And in the middle, in amongst all the screaming, you see this raised platform with these pillars going up around. They're too wide to be prison bars, or they were designed to hold something massive. At the moment, you only see about 3 or 4 bearded devils, but on different levels. It's just a glance over the side to see more. And spine devils, every once in a while, fly up in the rising currents of the red-hot, heated air. It's almost unbearable, scorching the inside of your lungs when you try to breathe. There in front of you, you see on this raised platform, between these massive, almost 2-foot wide iron pillars of bars ringing this central platform, you see a lump, a shape, beaten, reddish, blood pouring, wounds old and new. The skin is gray. Your breath catches in your throat for a second, Darmita, when you catch a glimpse of a familiar tattoo. Sarnia walks you within about 10 or 15 feet, a bearded devil kind of flanking you. And she nods. Now, you are looking at your fallen companion, Benkuhm. So, he's laying
I
there.
tighten the grip a little bit on the rope I'm holding.
That's fair. Sorry, just trying to figure stuff out.
There you go.
And with that, I would like to pause for a second and welcome back Trent. So glad you could join us, man. So glad you could join us.
Oh, wow.
He lifts his head, swollen eye, just beaten down, but still alive.
Amazing.
Welcome back to the stream, man. Everything's so quiet. I don't know. Do you guys need a break? Or are we ready to rock and roll?
This can't be. You are not real.
Yeah. So, Benkuhm's not seeing any of us, right? I mean, they're seeing Henrietta, but Benkuhm has never met Henrietta. Or sort of did that one time for like a very brief amount of time.
Sarnia barks down at him. Listen, Kerr. We're plenty real. How are you?
Maxima!
Shh, shh, shh. The head torturer is not here. It's actually me. Sarnia turns to the rest of you and explains. We had a few question and answer periods. Are you fit to stand?
Guess
Um,
I'll roll in athletics.
You are currently at half hit points, just so you know.
Okay, yeah, I'm about there. Yeah. My body hurts. Oh yeah, okay.
Oh,
I'm at 65 hit points.
Bela, your mic is muted.
oh, is it? How?
I'm not sure.
Oh, not now.
I can hear.
How?
Oh, weird. I couldn't.
Yeah,
Internet?
I can hear.
No,
Can you
not
hear me?
Internet. Yeah,
I can
now
hear
we
you
can.
now.
Yep.
Okay. Can I look around? Like just kind of dart my eyes to see if I can see any other creatures.
Absolutely. In fact, I'll drag everybody over and play some things just so you can see what's going on here. So I've got your minis. Just let me go grab them. I redid, not minis. You know, we use Roll20. So let me just grab this. Well, you guys can say hey to Trent. It's been a while. We're just
Hi, Trent.
Hey guys,
Hey. Going, man.
how's it going? I'm trying to fix my display picture.
All good, man. Very, very pleased you could join us today. I wasn't sure. Oh, actually, I think you have minis already placed here, folks. So
Some of us do.
yeah.
The 4 of us.
nice, and of
Yeah,
course,
Presumably, there he is. Full art version.
there he is. Yeah. Oh, I was trying to fool y'all into thinking that he was, but I forgot to display the thing. So there we go. The internet doesn't get to see what we're talking about yet because I don't have the maps on. Whoa, that was loud. Oh, yeah, and we got to turn Benkuhm back on. I'm so sorry, man. Let's get you on
Oh,
the stream.
okay. All right. That I wasn't sure. I was like, I can't find any of my Roll20 stuff, but I do have all of the D&D Beyond set up. Beyond
No
20.
longer dead and or missing. Trent is back. And dude, that is some shiny COVID locks you got going there, man.
I know, it's
It has been that
growing
long.
hair.
Oh,
I'm
me
looking
too.
at your hair, and I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
I want that dad bod.
Yeah. I think I can
Mine's
safely
like down to my back.
I can safely take away the missing in action card. So let's get back
Oh
to
my
that. All right. So Falurie is outside guarding your exit plan, waiting for backup. Well, that's what we'll say Falurie is doing. Oh, thanks very much for the follow, by the way. Thanks very much, Low Quickie, and everybody else who's watching. So let's dive back in as we take a look.
Those are my friends.
Oh, nice. As we take a look, you guys are not over there. You're up on the similar platform, probably ringing around. But I'll let you place
We're
yourselves.
actually right up there. That makes sense.
Is he tied up?
He is.
Oh yeah.
chained.
What happened with my search too?
So you see behind you a number of bearded devils who they're fairly disinterested currently. They are busy just kind of trying to stay out of the baleful gaze of Sarnia. She is not one to put up with fools. So they're trying their best to look busy.
And is Benkuhm like? I'm assuming he's like shackled or tied down.
Sure. Yeah, he's shackled in. Yeah, absolutely. He is shackled in several places. Like basically, could lift his head, and then his arms. He's pretty much spread eagle on this thing. Both legs are chained, both arms are chained, and just wrapped and locked. And like, there's even a chain across his torso. It looks like he's probably tried to escape before.
Reasonable.
So what do you want to do?
Okay.
Telepathically speak with Sarnia.
Okay.
Say, release him and escort us out, and our deal will be complete. We could part ways in peace.
Fenris, I say to you in your mind. No, I'm just kidding.
There's been news while you've been gone.
I'm just kidding. I just...
Nice.
Became a warlock while you're in here.
Yeah, exactly. So Sarnia kind of gives Fenris a nod and says, and then she quietly mutters aloud this time. And I don't have her mini here, but she's kind of standing just next to Darmita there. And she looks at you all and says, I was afraid of this. Those chains, they obey Maximus. There's nothing I can do about those.
I growl when you say Maximus.
They
Okay.
could be broken. Darmita, as you cast your look around, as you cast your eyes around, there's two bearded devils very close by, just a little bit behind you, maybe 10 feet. There's also a couple of flying spine devils, kind of every few minutes, but, not imminently paying much attention to you. At the moment, you seem to be, other than those two bearded devils, you appear to be alone on the platform. There is another exit, another walkway out across this precipice in the boiling lava deep, far, far below. But there is another couple of walkways coming to this central pillar, this central island, one extending off to the northwest and the other to the southwest from where you are. The rest of it's kind of raw. There's a strange, ever so slight shift occasionally as the chains rattle and twist in the heated air. What do you want to do?
Okay.
Benkuhm is gonna rage like he's been trying for weeks and try to break out of the chains.
All right.
I'm gonna shout, no man can be held by chains. And I'm not a man.
And when he says that, I'm actually going to touch him and cast. I believe I can only do, it's only at one level, so I'm going to cast Freedom of Movement.
Nice! Whoa! There's an actual use for that spell. I am shocked.
Oh, yeah! Somebody was thinking when she took her new spell today.
Freedom
is really hard.
Yeah, you're just like, and he's pulling and pulling, and your screams would normally attract attention. You worry for a second.
Fenris it's hours of screaming.
Except there's so much torture going on in here. It's just blending in with the roar. As you start to pull one hand, Darmita, you feel this pulse across your body, and you feel that your right wrist just... And you look down, it grazed your thumb pretty good as you pulled it out, but you're just like, holy crap, that worked. You've got one hand free. The next few seconds, you go to pull a leg and you brace your hand against the floor. You pull the leg and it just and snaps because, thank you, Yalfen, the chains are weak. Excellent plot point. So there's now only two chains. The rest of you are just kind of like, and Sarnia actually instinctively just takes a half step back, and the two bearded devils suddenly start paying attention, like.
Nice.
I'm gonna throw him his maul.
So this bearded devil that was carrying something just shrugs this off and it hits the ground, grabs this, and thank you, good night, for jumping in. Join however you can. Grabs
I'm about
this
to punch her in the face. I'm
and
about to just beat the shit out of her.
Passes it over, and you're just like, and you grab it. Do me a favor, Benkuhm. Roll an investigation check. Or perception.
Yeah, I was also wondering, can Benkuhm also roll an insight check? Because they are disguised, right? Aren't
Absolutely.
they physically altered?
Insight or perception. Yeah,
okay,
either one.
all right.
Or investigation, because you're getting a good look at
Did
them
I
all.
talk to him?
Okay. She did free me. Okay, so let me roll investigation on the mall.
She
I
did
don't know what that
something.
is, sir.
She
And then I'll
felt-
roll.
Good. Love it.
I'll roll a perception because I got a +6 rather than an insight. So.
I don't have that live right now. Let me put
Holy
that back on.
shit. All right, I got
that
a
was
0 for my
a-
investigation.
So you're just like
Love it.
hammer. Who cares? You don't recognize your own hammer.
I think I like dodge it at that point. I think I fully think I'm about to get the shit beat out of me,
Mhm.
Right,
and
makes sense.
because
Smart
you guys I've seen you multiple times, but now the ultimate torture is to be freed.
Now they are
So-
currently still disguised. So the only
Oh,
one...
I don't know it's them, so I don't
Yeah.
even know it's them. Oh
So
yeah,
there's this
so that's
bearded
why
devil offering you this maul, and you're just like,
Yeah.
nope. And you raise your
Okay.
fist because you now it's within range, and you go to
Yeah.
pummel her.
I think
what-
she's gonna beat the shit out of me with the maul.
What's the DC on your disguised self?
It would be like your spell save or your spell DC. Yeah.
Yeah, just call DC.
Yeah, that would be then 14.
Oh, so
Wow.
he doesn't make it. So he just looks you in the eye, and for a moment you forget that you're even disguised, and you offer him this, and he draws back his hand almost with a slight look of fear in his eyes. You've never seen that before. Just this little hesitation, and then rage. And he clenches his fist and just. Can you make an attack roll for me, Benkuhm, as you go
Yeah,
to
definitely.
punch this bearded
Yeah.
devil?
And can I ask a question about Sarnia? Is Maximus been my keeper?
Maximus has been your keeper, but she has
Okay.
questioned you. It seems like an age
Questioned
ago, but
me?
about a week ago. Oh, she's tortured you for sure.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
But
If I-
mostly
if I
Maximus
recognize
did that, and
Sarnia-
she was sitting there being like, "So tell me."
Yeah, I definitely think that I wouldn't want to beat up like a lesser devil. I think Benkuhm would just look at the big, Cerber, like the head of the snake, and just be like, I just want to punch Sarnia because I know I've seen her. I've
Well,
seen it.
thing is, this bearded devil is right in front
Is
of
in
you,
front
though,
of
and
me.
within
Okay, yeah.
range.
I'm-
You would
Yeah,
have to.
23.
I
hit your
just
range.
touched your arm.
23.
Yeah, 23.
It could be like a push to go after Sarnia. You could do it that way.
Or you could get a grapple
Yeah.
if you prefer.
Yeah, I'm not straight
Get
up.
it?
I'm just gonna break. I'm gonna punch and crack the nose. Just
Okay.
smash.
How
destroy
much
her
damage
nose.
does your unarmed strike
I think it's
do?
just strength modifier, right? No, is it?
I think it's strength
it's-
modifier plus 1 is base, but you might have some.
Okay,
funky
so
stuff.
5 damage. I have a plus
plus
4
your
strength
rage
modifier.
damage.
Oh, true. So yeah, I am raging. I did break
Yep.
that. No man can be held by chains. I punch you in the face. And
Okay,
you
you
take
just took 8 damage.
7
I think?
damage.
Oh, is that?
Yeah, sorry, I don't know my rage damage.
Oh, it's
Sorry.
plus 3 at
it's
this
8
point.
damage. 8 damage.
Yep.
8 damage. Yeah,
That sounds
plus
right.
3.
So Darmita, you just took 8 fist damage to your face, which is
Break
pretty
your
huge.
nose.
So
Oh, at that, you
Now,
pulled so
when he
hard,
does
and you
that-
fell halfway off, and your other leg broke off. So you're only held by one arm now, Benkuhm.
when
Ew.
he does that, though, will he realize that imagery, that body that he
concentration
just
check.
hit? Yeah, I gotta do a
Well,
concentration.
not for that.
Oh,
it's
it's
not
not.
That one doesn't turn
concentration.
off.
Oh,
But
my
I
bad,
will
my
say
bad.
this: I will let you do a. I would let you do a perception check at disadvantage,
Me?
Trent.
Benkuhm.
Benkuhm. Okay, I'm just gonna roll 2d20 plus 6. That's a 9. A 3 plus 6 is a 9.
Okay, so 9. Nope, you just hit, and it's felt a little squishier than it should have, but whatever. You got bigger fish to fry. You were only held by one chain. All right, anybody else? What do you want to do?
I'm not surprised that he's held by any chains. I figured that freedom of movement would remove all that. But I'm
that's
really
true.
just I had my part. I'm the person.
Well, you still have to spend your action to escape it.
You spend 5 feet of movement.
Oh,
Freedom of
okay.
movement. Yeah.
Sweet. All right, done. Benkuhm is loose.
Oh wait, I do have a magical spell on me, right? So
You
then I will. Yeah, I think I will then spend. I think I have 40. Feet,
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
spend. I'll close. I'll take any opportunity attack and close the distance to Sarnia.
All right.
gonna cast
let me
a
just
spell.
drop. I know it looks.
Of course, Fenris is gonna cast a spell.
Yeah.
Typical
So
Fenris.
we'll say that this winged devil here
Spellcaster.
is Sarnia. However, I will also say Don't get confused, viewers. That is not the same as Nishida, although I use the same mini. Sorry. All right, so yeah, she's just past this paladin. You're just like, you take in on some level of your mind. There's a paladin in full plate mail, just hanging out here, practically glowing white in this very dim space.
Yeah.
All right,
Henrietta, right?
Hide, but yeah, you might recognize me. Depends on how if you're.
We did fight together once.
Yeah, it was like one time, and you're
One.
also
Yep.
been tortured for weeks, so you know you can decide.
I wasn't sure. Yeah. His
My
name is
hands are
Darmita.
tied, but also I don't know if Darmita's still holding the other end because it sounded like she was.
no, she
full
probably
on.
dropped that.
Here's a hammer.
Probably not.
So,
No.
Yeah.
So you're free. Fenris wanted to do something though. What was that, Fenris?
Yeah, you know what? I was gonna cast a spell, but I'm just gonna if he's already kind of unleashing himself. I'm just gonna call out to him because he'll recognize the maybe the voices, but I'm gonna try to persuade like.
Okay, go
it's
ahead and-
us.
It's this one.
You just
Very
punched
subtle.
Darmita in the face. We're here to break you out. I'm trying to be persuasive.
Okay, roll persuasion.
Probably punch him in the face.
And I want you with disadvantage. Roll insight, please, Benkuhm.
Wait, sorry. What was the spell he used? Not that it really
He
matters.
dropped
not
the
a
spell
spell.
idea and he just went to convince you. That
Okay, cool. Just to talk to me. Okay, cool. I like
Yeah,
it. All right.
just
roll
Okay.
for talking.
Roll for insight, right?
first roll 28.
My apologies, Todd. Did you want insight or did you want?
Yeah, do insight, but the DC is wicked low now because that was very convincing.
You said disadvantage?
With disadvantage. Oh, okay, so 15. Insight 5. It's not that low, brother.
Oh man, I punch him in the
You-
face.
You do have 2 attacks, and this one is right next to you. It's another bearded
Alright.
devil.
Make
a roll.
if this all happens in fast motion, I will punch him in the face as well.
You just punch one, punch the other. This will be the greatest escape ever. For some reason, those chains fell off.
8 damage to Fenris. If
I'm
that's
gonna steal it.
concentration,
No, I'm gonna.
I'm actually gonna reaction cast shield,
Okay.
Sure, I'll
Okay,
let you
cool.
do that. I was gonna do the other
and
thing.
I'm going
but
to but I'm gonna do it so that like he'll see with the reaction spell that it's shadows that just prevent his arm.
It just slows your fist down and almost touches his face, and this bearded devil doesn't even flinch as he's looking at you and saying something. The blood is pumping in your ears. Something about your ears rescue.
what color are his eyes?
God damn it!
Ooh.
Oh, yes.
Good, very good.
All right.
Yep.
You look at this bearded devil, and where the irises would normally be bloodshot, black, red.
This bearded devil ate Fenris.
This bearded devil has 2 perfect golden rings for in their eye color.
I want to do almost like a borderline grapple check. Like I just like grab like your face, and I just like
You look close.
almost like uncomfortably tight. Like you don't know what I'm gonna do, and then I'd like put my hand like on your shoulder, and I just look at you, and I think at this point, maybe just the eyes, and then like kind of Henrietta. I don't know Pelor, but I remember a face, and then like I guess thinking the only person who would ever save me, like Benkuhm, would have been Darmita. But like, what a joke that would be to like the people he saved come save him, right? So I think at this point, like Benkuhm, like he takes a knee, and Benkuhm just like,
the weight bearing Fenris down
Yeah.
with him.
and I think he looks down at the maul that's kind of been dropped, and he like puts his hand on it, and he takes a few like deep, sad heaves. I don't think Benkuhm's ever like cried in his life before, and he just like, what is this emotion? I don't want to do things that I think they're possibly bad. Like I want to do them because other people are doing them, but I don't necessarily want to do them because I'm doing them. It's like a fear of missing out things.
And with that, your rage subsides, burning in your ears, and you look
Look
And then-
back at the chains.
You look at the chains that are like, and they're busy slithering back into the
Ew.
table. and retracting into the ground.
Do I think Maximus has sentience of the chains? Not necessarily like, did I figure out how perfectly they work, but he seemed to have like full control over them whenever he did stuff.
As someone who once had chains under your control, oh yeah, he'll know
I'm Maximus
soon.
myself. I'm practically Chief Torturer. Yeah. Okay, I think I would say like it's time to go. Like, wow, we need to move quickly then if this isn't a joke.
I'm gonna walk up behind him. Well, I am behind him.
Yeah.
And I'm just gonna touch him one more time. Like I'm just gonna put my hand on his shoulder as he's bent, like kneeled down.
Yeah.
And because you're not looking, you know it's her. Just she's done this before. Same shoulder,
That's
same
really cool.
spot.
I like that.
Yeah. Because like hunting bounty killers, essentially, like definitely. So I think at this point, like not only the
You heal.
Fenris. Oh,
You
I
heal by 11 hit
11
points as she dumps
11
points.
heal
points.
it,
Okay,
cure
cool.
wounds into you.
I'm at 76. Yeah, I think at this point he gets up and he turns back.
And even
And the
with
maul's like in his hands.
your tears are streaming down because this is the first moment of comfort you've had in 3 weeks.
Yeah. I think time's fucked up in hell too. So I
Yes.
don't even think he knows what's like human
Could have
time
been
right
years.
now.
Could have been years.
Could have been years. That sucks. Yeah. Yeah, I think he gets up and like it's kind of like the cutscene's over and the guy joins your party. Like, okay, you can just kind of run around the world now. Yeah, like, okay.
At that
Yeah.
point, Sonia's like, "Oh, good, everyone's on board." And then she turns and snaps the neck of the nearby bearded devil
Hi.
that's standing right
You
next to her
idiot.
and
there
tosses
another
it
one?
off the edge. The other one, who has also been looking, goes,
I want to kill it. Oh, I want to kill it. I want to
"Do
kill
it." Okay, Benkuhm.
I just want to snap his neck too. That's so cool.
All right, he's down the path a little bit, the way you guys
Oh.
came, but you can start running.
Okay, yeah,
I'm gonna use an
definitely.
action. I mean, we're not really in initiative,
We're not.
but I am going to command the rope of entangling to grab onto Sarnia's wrists. I'm gonna restrain her with her own rope. Because what the heck? We're supposed to be prisoners, you idiot. We have to walk out of here still. Jerk. Okay,
Oh.
anyway.
By the way, you have the freedom of movement for 1 hour.
Oh, okay, cool. Until we get
1
out,
hour,
yeah,
no harm.
hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Sarnia
Yeah.
looks at Henrietta and is like, "Oh, would you rather I let it raise an alarm?"
I will close distance to that other one, but I don't have another attack. So.
No. So this one is standing there and starts going back a ways. He's now on the far side of that initial chasm, and he looks like he's gonna probably go and mention something to somebody. You look around. There's nobody imminently in sight. You are together. What do you want to do? Let's just kind of keep going around loosey goosey for now.
Yeah,
You
that guy's
know what
gone
I'm
now.
gonna
I can
do?
talk without someone hearing me. That's cool. Cool. Go ahead.
Sarnia is restrained
know-
though. Or
You do know what I'm
grappled.
going to do.
Oh yeah, do it.
I'm going to Hunter's Mark him. And this is where Benkuhm will definitely know. And I'm going to fire off 3 shots.
Where you thought the bearded devil was carrying a kind of glaive, she kind of pulls her arm up, and instead, it is suddenly a bow in a weird kind of like that wasn't there, and then and the shot just rings out with that really familiar sound.
Does 16 hit? I just need to know before I
It
go
does.
on.
It does.
Yeah, I think it does.
Okay.
Yeah, bearded devils are not
Um,
very.
All right. I just wanted to double check because I do have a thing for that. The 13 will not hit. However, I'm going to use my ability
Mhm.
to turn that into a new shot.
Yeah, absolutely. So 3 quick shots as Darmita unloads on this bearded devil who's heading off to tell somebody something. Darmita's kind of
So
takes half
the
a step
new-
up on the platform.
The new
that
shot's a 28.
Benkuhm was on, and then just gets good line of sight. Boom. 28 hits. That is a total of, and go ahead and roll your dice
3.
for 3. So
3 of those and 1 of these.
Oh boy. So add them all up. That's 22. 22 and 18 brings it to 40. Right? Dungeons and math. All right. You can hear it. Its cries of pain joining those echoing up from the depths below, but it is still alive and makes another 5 feet. It's like limping. And
it falls. It falls into the broiling mass bottom. I'm gonna spend points on this.
Let's get it over.
That's it got shot and fell situation. Where is it? Which you have too many plot point redemptions.
All right, you've got a lot of plot points. You go ahead. Well, I don't know. I still want to limit players to 2, but anyway, that's all right. It's all good. Yeah. It goes reaching forward.
I haven't spent a plot point in months, so I'd be willing to spend one of mine for it to just die.
I almost want to. Yeah. Okay. Absolutely. Falls to.
Wow, you just got
death.
2 plot points, Todd.
Nice. Love it. And Darmita, you're like, you hear it impact one of the islands below, bing, and bounce off another one, and then eventually into the lava, and then, okay, there it goes. All right, it took a little while, but you now have your hunter's mark back, so you know it is dead. Sarnia is like,
yeah.
All right, we should go.
Let's get out of here.
Go.
No more casualties.
All right, so you guys
should
kind
have
of take
problem
a few
with the freedom,
seconds.
right?
At this point, you hear a voice.
What? Going so soon? You just got here. This is the voice that's been haunting your waking and your nightmares, Benkuhm, and you've to the point where you can almost not even tell the difference. On the far side, the northwest platform, you see pretty large chain devil walking across the platform, the chains kind of helping it almost glide Dr. Octopus style, as it stands on the opposite side of a very small, almost like an afterthought chasm just off to that side, and it takes you all in.
Trent needs to see the map.
Oh.
Find my character, sorry. Just trying to, is it under?
Yeah,
right
make sure that Trent has permissions to actually use the Benkuhm token.
That would be good. That might be the problem. Let me see.
Forgot about that too.
All right, there we go. Let me just.
I was assuming I just needed the token for vision.
All right, yeah, he's not on there. All right, Benkuhm and Benkuhm. There you go.
Awesome.
And you should have control now, good sir.
I do. Yes.
All right. All right. So on the opposite side of another small gap, little walkways about less than 5 feet, kind of winding around. You can just make it out between 2 large pillars, twisted statues in these alcoves overlooking the main torture chamber here. They are. Oh, thank you. I
don't always hear when my voice thing is going. Thank you for that, good night. Appreciate that. All right, so you see this chain devil, and he looks up at you and says, "Now I need it, right?"
What are you doing with the prisoner?
This is Maximus, right?
Yeah, Maximus is standing and can just see Benkuhm, Darmita, and Henrietta, and maybe a little bit of Fenris, but from this vantage point, probably can't see Sarnia.
Could I walk behind Henrietta, or I guess get close to Henrietta, and you said I could safely assume it's a paladin, right?
Well, Henrietta is the only one not in disguise. Henrietta is in plate mail.
No, of course, but I guess Darcy. What is Henrietta?
It's like a crown.
I don't know Palo.
Sunburst kind of armor.
Yeah, like
full plate, sun god symbology.
Oh, okay, cool. All right, so Soltaire. I'm sorry. It's
Sure.
Yeah, I come up to Henrietta and I just say, I think I say, there may be casualties. But what's it called? He does remember that you were the first person to say not hit things. So he comes up to you and he says, we have to hit this thing.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm getting out of this one.
I step in front of the party, I
All
guess,
right.
ready to fight.
Welcome back. As Benkuhm, bloodied and just wearing half a loincloth, steps out in front and scoops up the maul. Now you recognize it.
Nice.
Do you have a
Feels
name
good.
for your maul, or should we let the internet name it?
Oh man, I mean, hold on. Do I get to trust the
Molly
Alpin of all
McMalls.
people? I really hope none of my friends are still watching this because they're gonna be like the Schlonginator or something. Like that.
Hey, internet, we need a name for a maul. I give you the chance.
I think I just named it, unfortunately. All right, Thumper.
I love that name. Look at that.
That's-
Kutenai. It's called Thumper.
Simple name.
Oh, damn, Darcy.
Good job,
Flashback.
Donnie.
Ooh, whoa.
Getting plot point friendly. All right.
Look, I love this mall because I designed the art of it, and I think
It's
it looks
true.
really cool. Like the one side is like a bear's mouth that's open, which I mean, all this came from Trent. To be fair, I just drew it, and the other
All
side
right.
goes into like the antlers of
Yeah.
some kind of deer. I don't know.
To be
Nice.
fair,
Caribou.
I was surprised when he drew it. To be honest, I was like, "Whoa, that's
So-
way cool." I just thought it was like inlays, but he made it like a real physical mall. I was like, "Wow, isn't that structurally incorrect?" But it's
It
like
doesn't
I-
matter. Just
it's
don't use the one
magic.
side; it'll be fine. Yeah,
All right.
magic. It does magic damage, right?
So,
It's doing it for
Thumper,
one-
as soon as you grip this and Darmita lifts it up and passes it to you again, and you just reach down and grab it, and whew, you get this moment of memory, this soft, the feel of the wood handle takes you right back. Where did Benkuhm get Thumper? I can help, but I figured I'd give you first
Always
shot.
wanted to know this.
Benkuhm grew up in the mountains, and the Goliaths are kind of solitary groups. Like, not solitary, like, as in they exclude their own people, but they kind of stick to themselves. So he learned a lot of things from his brother, or his father, but his father that died pretty early, so his older brother kind of just made things happen. And his older brother also kind of made him go to prison because he was kind of a pirate for a while. Because they were strong and they kind of got like like they kind of moved around and then jumped on boats for a while. And then one time he was he was pretty much like in a really tough spot, and his brother always had this like one weapon he just kind of wasted his money on one day. He knew he couldn't use it, but Benkuhm kind of was like the defender of ships and like the guy who pulled the masts and the rigs. So one day someone came to collect his brother's debts. He didn't want to go to prison again, and so he took Thumper up for the first time in desperation of his life. I think he could have possibly killed a criminal, or he could have killed kind of like an innocent guard who was just involved in the whole thing. But after that, he kind of fled back to the mountains to go back to his roots, and took his only kind of history with him because he hasn't really seen his brother since
Nice.
they kind of got imprisoned. And
I'm just going to add
Laughed
one
again.
little bit, and that is
Cool.
that the unique design used to be the front of your of a ship that you and your brother were on, like
Whoa.
the very front piece.
Cool, yeah.
I forget what that's called. And so,
yeah,
in memory of it, you took that when that ship was damaged or being abandoned, and you
the
fashioned
ship
it
was
in
the salty dog.
the salty dog. Nice. All right, and flash back to the depths of hell.
Are we rolling initiative?
Let's roll initiative just so we can
I
keep
guess
track
so,
of
yeah.
what is where. So go ahead and roll some initiative.
I guess this guy wasn't gonna let us leave. He knew we didn't have permission to take you. Sarnia has gotta outrank this guy, right?
Whoa!
Yes!
Bela! Damn! That is
Boom!
really speedy. That's, I think, the highest you've ever rolled.
Yeah, it
I
is.
mean, it's the highest you can roll.
It's the highest I can roll. Yeah.
It's at
No.
very least tied for highest she's rolled. We know that definitively.
Well, I mean, like, In initiative.
Well, my initiative is going up too because, yeah, I get half of my. I guess it didn't go up this level, right? Because half of 5 is the same as half of 4.
All
Anyway.
right. So, let's go around the horn. What did you get, Darmita? I know.
Why do I have 7? That's not right. Oh yeah, my dexterity's higher. I forgot.
Yeah, they have Benkuhm's hat of disguise. You recognize it now. Darmita with a
I'm
25.
dropping disguise now.
Yeah, no, I'm assuming
yeah.
I have like no equipment, so I'm just dropping everything.
You've got a maul and half a loincloth. That's canon now.
Yeah. A maul, no, none of my other weapons. Ugh.
Point of order, I probably don't have my increased dexterity right now. I'm gonna unequip that because I wouldn't be wearing that during my pretending to be a prisoner.
All right. Well, you're probably wearing your armor.
Oh, sure, I'm wearing my armor, but I'm not gonna have a Ioun stone floating around my head.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's kind of yeah. So I'll reduce my initiative.
Oh, the whooping sound was was people rolling dice, I think. All right, how'd you do? Bela got 25. Fenris.
Good.
10. Okay. Coming up next, Darcy.
I rolled a 19, but it should be much lower. What, 4 lower?
Okay.
Yeah, so 15.
15. Alrighty. And
7.
7 for Benkuhm. Alright. Okay. And alright. Top of the order. Darmita, you can make out this massive hulking chain devil on the far side. No other enemies appear in sight at the moment. Poor bastard. Give him a target.
All right. So I know that Benkuhm has the effects of the freedom of movement.
Mm-hmm.
So glad I gave that to him. So I'm going to use my movement to kind of get back here.
Okay.
And I'm then...
Oh, why do we have two Benkuhms? Which
Ben-
Benkuhm are you?
Do
you mind?
Yeah,
the
what
one that's
happened?
probably in the middle just needs to be deleted. I thought that I didn't put my character on the screen.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
think I have lighting permission. Is that possible? I don't know.
Yeah.
You probably don't
I
see
can't
much.
see.
Okay,
No, I
let me
can't
see if
see anything.
Oh,
It's all
weird.
a black square.
Okay. Let me.
My bad. I think
I
it's just
see
a...
everything. I don't see dynamic. If that's helpful.
Oh, weird.
Okay, cool.
Hopefully, can you see
Oh,
now?
I see more. I see so much. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And I'll ping just in case you're not exactly sure. On the left side, top of the island is where the Bone Devil is.
Oh, cool, man.
You don't have
Yeah.
You don't have dark vision as a Goliath, I don't think, right?
I don't believe so. No.
Okay. So you can make out a few things, but not super well. Just gonna put a glowing rock nearby just to allow people to see stuff a little better.
Oh, I see him. Yeah.
Okay.
So
Darmita, what
I
do you wanna
am
do?
going to Hunter's Mark him.
Okay.
And I am then going to be like, I'll just kind of look at Fenris and say, kill him. And let's try to do that.
When Darmita
My-
says kill him, this little oh my
Ooh.
god. Wow.
Damn! I should
That's a
have fucking
31.
raged first.
31. Damn. Okay. So that's a hit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Does a 14 hit him, or do I redo
14 misses as the first one
it? All right, I'm gonna use my
catches
I'm gonna
him
use
right
my,
next to the clavicle, just on the
Yep.
inside. Oh, that's gotta hurt. The next one though, as he sees it coming, he just waves his arm and almost this
Well,
It's almost
hold on.
like
I get
change
my
just extended out of his
ability.
hand. Yeah, oh, I know. But that
Yeah.
middle shot, he just waves an arm, and a whole bunch of change just go, in kind of like a fan, almost like a shield, and just bat away the arrow as it comes at him, and it just growls.
Yeah, so I'm gonna use my Stalker's Flurry.
Yeah.
And I get another attack on that one.
Do it.
So the second attack is now a 26.
Now that hits. I usually roll
And
these
then-
as the middle one's a miss, and then you get that
Yeah.
last shot off.
And then my third attack,
Oh, damn! You have 3 now, as a ranger.
well, it's a new
Oh,
combat.
that's true. You do have your ambusher. Okay.
Dread
Yeah.
ambusher.
Damn.
So that's a 20. Does that hit him?
that hits him. So the
Okay,
last-
so
So out of 4 shots, the arrows that flew across the room, 3 of them struck true.
that's not okay. It's all right. Okay. So we got 25.
25 and
25 and 15.
40.
That'd be 40.
All right, 40 damage.
I believe I did that
3
right.
Yeah, that sounds right. 3 arrows striking true, just rapid fire. Coming up next, as you step back, the whole platform seems to shift and shudder slightly, and the chain devil calls out and shouts in infernal, which many of you understand, not all of you. So to an outside observer, it's just
Ranjasa.
Great.
but he actually is shouting, "Come out and play." So that's a lair action. So I'm gonna have to ask you all. Yeah, I'm gonna have to ask you all because you're all in the center. You're all gonna have to do a dexterity saving throw as the platform shifts and a few of that walkway that you came across begins to buckle and crack like a suspension bridge in the 1940s.
I'm going to use my luck
Okay.
in this.
I'm
What are you
going-
doing? Dexterity save?
Dexterity saving throw, please.
I'm gonna use danger sense for advantage because I can see this.
Sure.
And saving throw. Previously, Trent, you said Benkuhm was next to, and he's not anymore. Is that where you want to be? I don't really care if you're there or not. But
I was only gonna mention it at the beginning of my turn, but yes, I was just gonna double check. Last I started the combat or whatever, I was saying some shit to Henrietta. Can I just put myself like there?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was 2 of you. One of you
Yeah.
was next to me.
I
And the
probably
other one was
deleted
back
the
at
wrong
bottom.
one.
Yeah.
No, yeah, definitely appreciate it, Todd. You're doing great, man. I just
Well,
wanted to double check.
So my aura is going to protect Fenris, Benkuhm, and Sarnia.
All right.
As well as
Add
myself.
4 to your roll. Dex save on the reroll was 25 for Bela. Nice job.
16.
But you get +4 to that. Or is it 5 now?
It's 4. I didn't increase my own. I didn't
Okay.
increase my charisma anyway. Yeah, it's based off of my charisma, not based on my proficiency. That makes sense.
All right.
Cool.
So that is 16 for Benkuhm. Passes.
Thanks, man.
Darmita passes. Darcy with a 16 also passes. And Gordon with a 15 passes. Barely. As you start to slide, as the shift, you're really close to the end. To the edge
Is
on that
Sarnia
side.
not in the area? Is she technically outside?
As Sarnia,
She
no,
also has to roll.
she saves too. But I mean, she's got wings and it's a platform thing, so she just
Okay,
flies
fair
up
enough.
for a second. And as Fenris starts to shudder and reaches out, and Henrietta goes to grab him, but Sarnia is actually the one who just kind of steadies Fenris with her leg, like her thigh, plate mail, as she extends, just basically kicks up against you, slowing you, and she looks down and says, "Don't die on me. We have a deal." All right, coming up next, Henrietta.
Cool. I'm gonna turn that stumble where we don't actually fall into a means of I'm gonna stumble towards the center to pull Sarnia so that the Chain Devil can see her. Since I am currently
Nice. All right, so you can only get half move, but that's fine. You drag her back with you, pull her into sight. And
then, so I want this to be like a stumble, not like I pulled her, and then I'm going to release the restraint around her.
Okay.
And I basically want to, like, influence her without saying too much, right? Like, I want to convey... I don't know, how much are you going to let me do here, right? Do you want to hear what my intent is, or do you want me to try to imply it to you?
Hello.
Hey, Carl's here. I was wondering why the cameras went a little funky. So Falurie has been here the whole time. No, we'll get you in just a sec.
She can be invisible. It's true.
You often
but I
lose
just want to
track.
like really low say like Sarnia, and I want to not break the facade of being a prisoner, and I want to influence her to like. She's got to outrank this guy as far as I'm concerned as Henrietta. I could be wrong, right? And the whole idea of this was we're going to pretend to be prisoners or her bodyguards to come in and talk to a prisoner that she has talked to before, that presumably she has priority over. That is the assumption that Henrietta is making.
Absolutely. All right.
So I'm trying to get her to do a thing. I'm going to also spend Bardic Inspiration on her to help her do the
You're
thing
trying
I
to
want
pump
to
her
do.
up.
All right, so
Pepper
she
up.
gets the D8.
She gets the D8. I have a full extra action.
So she is going to do
I
her,
guess it's basically
sort of on your behalf, a persuasion. So can you do me a favor and roll the D20? That's going to be her persuasion.
Okay, let's roll a flat.
And
D20.
she's doing it with
It's a natural
advantage.
20. I
Oh,
rolled a natural
damn.
20 on one die.
Shit.
Holy crap, Darcy! This was the time to do it.
This
Damn.
boy got him.
This is a Henrietta move too. Like she didn't do anything. She got someone else to.
Yeah, just yanks and just looks at her, gives her a little half wink, and
Maybe it's not my natural 20.
and Sarnia just kind of looks down
Wow.
at Henrietta and kind of shakes her head and looks and just stares daggers at this chain devil that's glaring at you all. And now you can see he's got chains dug into the platform around, as though he's kind of steering and puppeting it. And he looks up and he sees her as she calls out, and she says, "Exactly what do you think you're doing?"
Oh.
Yeah. And at this point, I have like loosened the restraints, so they're still around my wrist, but they're not around hers anymore. They just like they were around her wrist, so now that they've loosened, she just looks like she's holding the restraint that I'm on, right? Which also is giving her control over me if she wants to do anything nasty.
My lady, I was unaware. Are you back to question the prisoner? Shall I be of assistance?
That will not be necessary. I'm taking this one. We're off to Cesario.
Oh, but we were just getting somewhere. I swear, I could break him. I promised I would break him.
Ooh, Todd. Can I make a composure check of some kind?
Absolutely.
What is that? A concentration, I guess? I don't know.
Let's
I want to
do
like
a-
concentrate really hard.
Let's
to
do a
not die.
deception check.
Oh,
and I'm gonna
brutal.
say it's at disadvantage
Oh,
because this guy tortured you for God only knows how long.
I don't want to fuck this up. Holy shit. Ugh.
And I say it is instead a save, so that I can grant a +4 to him. Can I argue for that? It didn't make
it's
sense,
like,
right? You're
is
trying
it
to
like a
keep your
will
composure. That's a
thing?
saving throw.
It's like a will. It's like what? That's kind of what I was kind of like. But I will.
What kind
not.
of bard are you, Darcy? Henrietta?
I'm a bard of lore and
Lord
a
Bar?
paladin of devotion.
All right, I'm gonna let you do this one. You can do a cutting words against the insight check that the chain devil is going to have to make. That's as
I think
close as I
say
can stretch this.
something. I guess I don't have to. I'd have to be able to see me.
Well, you can see him. He's got ever so slight. Like there's.
No,
there's
I
reddish
know,
glow.
I know. I just wasn't sure if I need to say something. It's really out of character because I'm a prisoner. But if I need to,
You can disguise your voice or
well, I'm
something.
confused though. Aren't we trying to figure out?
Just this is how it's going.
Benkuhm.
So he's got to make
Benkuhm,
his
you are
deception.
trying to hold your composure, right?
Yeah, he's got to make his deception check to try and
Okay,
keep it
I'll make the
together.
deception.
Oh,
Is that an insight check?
2.
oh dear. Roll
I,
again.
I will waive my right and not spend cutting words on this. Also, I don't know how narratively cutting words would make sense because
yeah.
It would
I
be
guess
you'd interrupt
I think
at
I'm
the
still
right
touching
second.
Henrietta. I think my hand is still on Henrietta's shoulder, and it's just like so tight, like so tight
The
and
pauldron
uncomfortable.
on the shoulder gets a hand-sized dent in it. Just
beautiful, good.
Kameha.
You best restrain those prisoners. Alright,
he doesn't seem to have fallen for it entirely, but the nat 20 and the 2, he's not doing anything. He's just staring at you all.
Sorry.
And the whole platform is still slowly, subtly rocking. And Sarnia kind of kicks Benkuhm's shoulder and turns to the others, to Fenris in disguise and Darmita, and says, "Restrain those prisoners immediately."
And I'll walk
take
over
that.
to
Oh, go ahead.
I'll walk over to Benkuhm and
Kick me in the knees, man.
restrain him. I will
He's still holding his maul.
listen. You know, I'm allowed a little retribution here. It's a
Kick me in the
bitch.
back of the knees, yeah.
And I'm just gonna punch him.
Strain.
Would you like to
Oh.
rage first? You don't have
No.
to. It's fine.
Oh god,
No, no, I don't want to rage. No, she knows better than to do that. She's done it enough times. She knows.
She literally killed Sarnia last time she raged. Just
Holy
saying.
shit.
Yeah.
Holy
She's,
shit.
saying.
you've been rubbing off on her.
Damn.
All right, so
yeah.
Yeah, punch me in the back of the head. I'll drop.
all right, at this moment, cut. Ooh, nice.
15.
15. Does that hit you?
Yeah, I'm at 13 with no armor.
Okay.
Yeah.
They do.
So
Let's
15.
assume. Actually, in a chest at the base of this thing is your stuff, all chained up. And if you want that back, you're gonna have to ask the Chain Devil to get it back, because you know it's been kept in there. Anything that you were carrying on you at the time.
Right.
All right. Meanwhile,
Man,
cut
that
to
sucks.
Falurie. Falurie is busy just dodging these rock islands coming up, flying past as she flies almost straight down. She managed to find a smoking inlet up near the top of the castle in her scouting, and on a hunch and under extreme with motivation, let's put it that way, Falurie's like, oh, and is boom, and between the teleporting ability of the shadow monk that is Falurie, our good friend Carl here, has been making their way down deeper into the area where you all are, also contacting, calling out, and occasionally getting a little ping from Sarnia. All right, Falurie, I need you to do a dexterity saving throw if you're with us. I don't know if you are.
I will, but I will have to go deal with my daughter who decided to lather up her dolls with sunscreen in bed. So I will roll that dex, and then I'll be back.
Absolutely,
Nice.
man.
Oh, wow. Lathered up dollies.
That
Uh-huh.
sounds nice.
Holy. Yes. Dex saving through it is.
All right.
Wow.
So
Dex crit.
I'll be back.
Crit,
Is that
though.
dad karma?
Dude, that's an entrance. All right, we'll keep that in mind. So Falurie
Thank
is
you.
busy making the way down. 29 on that. That's a crit as dodging platforms and the shadow monk approaching at high speed. everybody else, Sarnia looks at you all and says, "Bring the prisoners' things, and let's go." The chain devil approaches, glaring in this ominous presence, and he's just staring with this smug smile at Benkuhm, who's now fake restrained, and he stands within 5 feet of Benkuhm and calmly looks at him and just smiles with almost purring and just turns his back and bends down and waves his hand over this chest, and it pops open, and he picks up all your stuff and passes it over to Fenris, who is disguised as a bearded devil, and which is just he is standing almost between you and Fenris, and he's just
that makes sense.
super like cocky and looks down at you, and he starts to turn away as though he's going to leave, and everybody else is making ready to leave, and he turns and pauses just for a second and looks back at Benkuhm and says, "Internet, what does the chain devil say? Maximus, what was his last name? Artix, the Lord, where is it? Hold on, let's see here.
Lord Maximus
Artix, Chief Torturer, turns to Benkuhm and says a parting,
"You're a poo-poo head."
So we'll find out what that is in just a few minutes. We're going to take a little break right now as you all gather up. He said something to you, Benkuhm. We'll find out what that is in a moment. As you all walk past, as this chain devil steps to the side, and you all just walk, feigning this prisoner transfer, as 2 bearded devils, apparently, and these 2 partners, and Sarnia, the Erinyes governess of the Hells, begin to walk across this shifting platform. And as you walk by, the chain devil shoulder bumps you. You know the way. Everyone who went to high school knows that.
Wow.
And he just boom,
Hell is high
shoulder
school.
bumps Benkuhm and says, he whispers just quietly in his ear, bending down. Even though the Goliath is huge, this thing is even bigger. Bends down a little bit and whispers in your ear,
I made you scream like a little girl.
Thank you for that suggestion, Yelpin. All right, everybody, we will be back.
Are we?
Of course it was Yelpin.
All right, we will be back in
Damn it,
10
Yelpin.
minutes, everybody.
10 minutes?
10 minutes.
Oh my god.
Henrietta? Yeah, we'll be back in 10 minutes, and we'll pick up right where we left off. Feel free, if you have any suggestions, you want to throw them in the chat while we're over on Break Scene. You can also make suggestions for the episode title. So buckle up. We're not done yet, folks. And welcome back. I gotta find my break scene. There it is.
Break time.
Yay.
No.
Yeah, back in the day.
You're still with
back
us.
in the day.
Yeah,
All
that
right,
one.
we are
yeah,
back.
escape.
Here we go. Hi, everybody. We are back. I understand Twitch is freaking out right now, and thank you. Thank you for all the wonderful spammers. It's almost like my cell phone. I get it on my cell phone. I get it on the live stream. Gah! Hey, rage for me. All right. So we are back. Let's dive right in. Okay. Yeah, okay, you guys get to see my whispers too, apparently. That goes right out on the stream. So careful, Yelpin. I appreciate the advice, though. Thank you. Okay, so we are going to pick up right where we left off. Actually, is it a slight little time jump, as you are all, hopefully the maps are all in the right spot. I think they are. All right, so you guys are walk your way across the platform, almost holding your breath. And you get back to where you came from. You have to hop over like a good 2-foot gap at one point but no problem. And Sarnia's just marching out 5 feet ahead of you and just kind of booking like she knows what she's doing. You guys go along with her. And after a few seconds, you just kind of glance behind, and the screams of torture still pervasive and fading away in the back as you enter a tunnel and start winding your way back the way you came. The echoes of the torture just bouncing off the walls as you go. And as Benkuhm is the last one to go through, and Sarnia kind of tugs on the chain, like, come along. And as you cast one last look towards this chamber, you can see the chain devil just standing there on the opposite side, looking, just watching all of you leave. And you see a spine devil come flying over and landing next to him, and he turns to it. You don't hear him, you just see him give a little motion to it and looks back and smiles. And then the rope gets tugged, and Benkuhm and the rest of you are into that tunnel as you wind your way back up, twisting up some stairs, up some platforms. All right, we're gonna have to retcon real quick. So Falurie, I'm gonna keep that crit, so that is still there.
Excellent.
However, I'm gonna retcon that you were winding your way through this next section as I drag everybody over to a new map. Un momento, por favor. You didn't trip the flying back. Oh, I missed that. I'm sorry. I didn't even see that. Was that a plot point?
I didn't see one.
Oh, I'm sorry, but that could have been a really good plot point. All right, you guys wind your way for what feels like a really long time over to a slightly higher up section that you pass through in a hurry. I've dragged you over to it. I don't know if you can see that now.
It's dark again for me.
Oh, all right. You guys end up winding your way through these towers. Some of these half underground. I don't know if you can see now.
Oh, there we go.
That's nice.
Yep.
And Sarnia's leading the way, kind of across from the left to the right as you kind of pass through what would have been the footings at the base of one of these towers. You're probably only a couple of levels below at this point. And Sarnia calls back, "Hurry. He's not an idiot." As you're all kind of winding your way, and she seems to be heading towards this tower that you descended last time. And Darmita is kind of lagging a little bit behind, just kind of keeping an eye, keeping ears open. And you see this big double door directly to the north of you. And the door opens. And you see this flickering kind of, almost like an office inside. And you see this hulking shape. Darmita, can I get you to do just a glimpse of it as you walk past? Can I get you to do a perception check for me, Darmita?
Of course.
Is this too... Okay.
13.
13. Just looked like a big devil of some kind as you're kind of walking through, just trying to keep up with the others as they're literally about to go up the stairs. Sarnia kind of
train an enemy, don't kick.
Unfortunately, in this case, no. It was just, did she happen to notice something?
Cool.
So you're all get
That's
towards
correct.
the base of the stairs, and you start winding your way up the stairs and around into this ascending spiral staircase, higher and higher and higher. There's something, but you can't quite place it. All right, new map. Yeah, that's right.
Wait a minute. This isn't the way we came in?
You were in such a twisty turny way. You don't remember this exactly, but Sarnia seems to know exactly where she's going. It's just, come on, this way.
Yeah. Like I'm following up behind because
Can
I've
I
got
do
my
an-
wrists and she's got the rope, but I do want to like question that. But you go ahead.
Sure, go ahead. So you guys are ascending. It's a spiral staircase. You're welcome to talk.
Can
You
I?
guys want an insight?
Yeah.
Okay, roll insight.
Where are we
Yeah.
going now? Since you're
I'm trying to take us out a way that maybe they wouldn't expect.
well, she said you'd take us to Zariel. Let's see where this goes.
Yeah, I didn't do well.
8? No, that's not going to do it. All right, so you keep winding
Yeah, I
through.
believe her.
Yep.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm not gonna roll insight.
All right.
I am
At that
choosing to
moment,
trust her in this moment.
Darmita, you kind of look out of one of the arrow slits that are cut in the side of this spiral tower, and you actually do see this. So you get this for free. You see just really fast, grayish feathers just right past the thing. It's super quick. Just on the outside of one of those arrow slits.
Grayish feathers?
It could be. Do another perception check for me.
Actually, in this case, with the favored terrain, could I do these
With favored terrain, sure. But this is you're like, was that a spine devil? And you start to think. Go ahead.
It's cool. Okay.
So I believe that would be nature, or would that be
This would
my
be perception.
survival?
Perception's
Yeah.
fine.
Rules is written a favorite terrain doubles your proficiency when using a wisdom or intelligence check, and the perception is 1. So,
Yep.
Yeah,
So-
pretty good.
It's a duck. Quack. If it quacks like a duck. How'd you do?
Wow.
You do have advantage.
Yeah.
Which is good because you just
Yeah.
rolled a natural 1.
Wow.
Yeah.
We have had a lot of nat 20s tonight, but we've had a decent number of nat 1s too. That's true.
13.
They just mostly have been irrelevant because of
You're just
fancy
like
abilities.
Plus, I
that.
get
didn't-
to add my proficiency to that.
Right. So it'd be
So-
even higher. So more like 17 or so.
Yeah.
You're just like, that was no spine devil. That was a feathered. That was Falurie.
18.
Falurie just flew past the window, descending really fast.
So we're
You kind
going.
of poke your head out and you look. You're still underground at this point, but there are weird tunnels and crevices encroaching on various places. It's almost like you're deep inside that crack that divides where you parked your vehicle and not. And you've seen Falurie zip past you, and you go to look, and slightly out of sight at this point, but you're sure that was Falurie, and booking it with intent. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna
You had
tell.
left Falurie above to keep an eye on the
Yeah.
machines and keep a scout, and for some reason, Falurie is now down here.
I'm gonna tell Fenris because I know he can communicate with Falurie. Like with his little mind thingy, no?
He was communicating with Sarnia telepathically because she can communicate telepathically, not because he can.
Oh, I thought he initiated it. God.
Oh,
damn
guys,
it.
we can tell Falurie. All right, I start to speak. Falurie, you begin to hear hello.
No. Plot
This
point.
good.
No.
Plot point. I have psychic abilities.
Well, that
That'd be awesome.
we could modify.
Okay.
Is
Well-
there supposed to be a map on? Or?
Okay. This, I mean, we had that conversation off camera.
We did, but I didn't
Yeah,
go with that
that's
path,
fair.
so I don't
All right,
want to be.
Sarnia
untrue.
calls back. Hurry up! What's the hold up?
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
actually
gonna keep
probably
going.
pretty
Seems-
close to Sarnia. Like I'm
Yeah, I don't know if she would
basically
notice.
right right
Well,
behind
she may have.
Sarnia.
She can hear you speaking, and she's just a few
Yeah.
feet ahead, and she stops and looks back and starts taking a few steps back down. She's like, "Come on, it won't take long. We're almost to the top."
Sorry. I think you guys can tell Benkuhm even doesn't want to fight this guy, even though he wants to fight this guy.
Darmita.
He thinks it's right time to go.
Your favorite terrain reminds you, you've trained against devils, fiends, and all kinds of nasty things. The higher level devils often do have the ability to communicate with telepathy.
And I look at Fenris. And is she looking forward? She's ascending still in front of him.
Falurie? Or
No.
Sarnia? She's looking at all of
Sarnia.
you. She's looking back. She's paused about 10 feet up this spiral staircase, just barely around the corner. And she looks at you all and she's like, she appears impatient.
I'm going to actually just. I know, like Darmita was checking, but now I'm getting a bit suspicious.
Sure.
I'll make a perception check too if I can.
Is it a perception check?
Sure. Wait, are you looking at
Or is it-
Sarnia or looking
Sarnia,
at the
yeah.
window
sorry.
where you saw Falurie?
Is it insight or perception? Insight?
My bad.
Insight.
Shit.
Okie dokie. That would be a 20.
Ooh. Okay. Sarnia.
Sarnia has a bardic inspiration until she chooses to use it for 10 minutes.
She
I
did
thought
use
she
it on
had.
that persuasion,
You
actually.
did use it?
I rolled a
She
7.
had.
Yeah, she rolled a 7 on that nat 20. So it was real
like a
high.
30.
And then
Which is
whatever
why
her
you guys
natural
got
bonus
out
is,
of
it's
there.
probably pretty high, yeah.
Yeah.
She probably broke 30 with that.
Oh, yeah.
Brutal.
Oh, yeah. That's why
Cool.
you guys got the hell out of there. Is
Awesome.
that
Yeah,
you
I just
did
didn't know
that.
she used it.
Oh
Awesome.
no, she knew that was the moment.
Great.
She's looking impatient. She's tapping her stilettoed heel. She's a fiend that fights in stiletto heels and plate mail. Very little can make her sweat, except when you guys kicked her ass, and also right now she doesn't want to stay here. You get that.
No.
She's like, I'm vulnerable here. I need to get the hell out of here.
Right.
That's
So
what
it's
you're
not like
reading.
she's trying to lead us into a trap. She wants to get out.
It really looks like she just wants to get out. And she's
Okay.
got wings, so she could probably fly herself out if she wanted to. But
So she
y'all
could leave
are
us at the
hoofing it.
top of that tower, is that what you're saying? Mm-hmm.
Well, this is twisting up. The map's a little off. I have to use the... By the way, shout out to all the...
I'm going to actually talk to her. I'm going to say something to her, just telepathically.
Sure.
And I'm just going to say, you know, a little nervous.
Maximus is no fool. I don't know that he fully... I mean, you did stick him with arrows while your friend...
Well, you were very convincing. Otherwise, we would have had to kill him. We
There
still
are
might.
tricks and creatures that lair here beyond even him. I'd rather not be here if they arrive. Or if they're here already.
Fine. Let's get out of here.
Um,
And I motion
what
to the
did you
others,
get on
"Let's
your
go."
insight check?
20.
Because this is telepathy, you get this slight image of almost kind of what she's thinking. Just for half a beat, almost as if she's accidentally thinking of it. You see the briefest flash of an outline. Helmeted face. Dark armor. Red eyes.
No. Dark armor.
And then she's like, "Can we go now? Why did you even stop?"
All right. Let's go.
All right.
All right.
Falurie, do a perception check for me. Good luck.
Wow. Actually good rolls.
That's a 20. All right.
I can't see anything on the map. Did you put a map on? Or?
I did.
Not yet.
You don't
It's
have much
blacked
in the
out,
way
yeah.
of vision, which is a problem for. Oh no, you have night vision. You should have night vision out to because you're wearing those goggles that you got. So you should
Yeah,
have.
none of those goggles.
Yeah,
But
you
it's
got
not-
those. Can you see now?
All I'm seeing is a black square. No, I can't see anything.
All
Yeah,
I
it's-
see
it's
is a black
black
square
there.
as well.
Black
Everyone,
square.
yeah, it's a global thing.
Weird. All right. Falurie,
Oh,
you went.
yeah.
You went
Yeah.
flying. You have these night vision goggles that you got from the giant lair. So you have them on, and you're ducking. You dive
Cool.
past a tower, kind of that appears out of nowhere in this crack that widens out to about 100 feet, and then diving deeper underneath this access bridge, and just avoiding a couple of the bearded devils that are on patrol there, ducking from shadow to shadow. This is what a shadow monk is for. As you go blaring past, you think for a heartbeat you caught glimpse of a little shimmer of light, a familiar tone of light. Just risk. So I'm going to say, do I get a plot point? Because Henrietta is in the dark and not wanting to walk in the pure darkness, you cast light. And you're just keeping it dim and covered most of the time. You just have, pick up a stone in your hand. So this...
I'll let you spend that plot point, okay.
So you have this little beacon of light around you. And I don't know if you can see. I don't think anybody can see, apparently. That's annoying.
No one can see right now. No.
That's
The first map
Todd.
we could, but when you went to second floor, we lost it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, there's like a setting on the map. Like if you go up to the top bar.
Oh,
It'll
I
have,
know
like-
why. I'm having
it's
you
like a
guys
toggle
dragged to
or
the wrong
something.
one. There you go.
Oh, we didn't drag us.
That'll do it.
That would do it. That'll
Okay.
do it.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I've been keeping close to Sarnia because she's got my
You're
Good
rope.
Good call.
Yeah, well, it looks like you're bound, even though you're not. So you are in this tower, and you've got a little stone, and you're using it as a kind of half-covered flashlight. But your trademark brilliant, warm, whitish light from your pillar nature, just kind of you're using it sparingly. And for a second, Falurie, with that 20, as you were going by, you saw through some arrow slits, this beacon of white light just for a second and then snap out again. So you managed to see a familiar looking light. When you double back, you can kind of track them up the tower for a little while, and a few seconds later you see it again, just poking through a couple of the arrow slits. And then after a little while you get the idea, oh, they're going up. Being with fly speed, you and just bamf, because you can auto teleport, you get real close to one of these arrow slits and you can see in through, and you can just make out, it's mostly darkness for a little while, and then you see Sarnia's black armor walk past just about a foot from your face as you're peeking in one of these higher level arrow slits. And then Henrietta with a little sliver of light peeking out from beneath her, clutched in her fist. Then Darmita. Then a large hulking figure. Then Fenris. Your friends are just inside this tower. What do you want to do?
How high is the tower?
It actually ascends, and then the ceiling, there are cracks and holes in the ceiling, but the ceiling actually almost acts like a dome, and the tower pierces up through it. So you can't follow them all the way up unless you want to go back the way you came. You do have an urgent message for them, though.
Of course. Yes. Well, I don't really have teleports. I can't really fit through the arrow slits and go join them, so...
You can, can't you?
I thought you could teleport from shadow to shadow.
Yeah, I think it's technically teleportability, so you don't need to be big enough. It's not like fast movement. It's actually
All right, yeah.
But I don't know. I kind of
no,
like the idea that it's not magic because it makes it seem more monkey. But
No, it does say teleport, so I guess yeah, I'll teleport and deliver the important message that I have.
So for just a second, as you walk by one of these arrow slits, there's this flash, and it's one of the bigger arrow slits. So we'll leave it nice and vague whether this skinny little bird can squeak through or whether it's teleport. And just between you and Sarnia,
really small.
all of a sudden, there's Falurie sitting in the middle of this circular staircase, just taking the hero 3-point stance, and then looks up right in front of Henrietta. There is a I don't want to put words in your mouth, bro, but there is a very large dragon awaiting in the courtyard above.
You took the words right out of my mouth, Todd.
Is that what he says to us?
Yep.
Sarnia's reaction at those words.
I start walking back towards Maximus.
Sarnia paused. Well, shit.
Who is this?
Now what?
Is this not something you knew about, Sarnia?
Tell me, birdie. Benkuhm, you've never seen this creature before, I don't believe.
Which one? Flurry?
Falurie.
I think we met
Yes.
briefly.
Oh, did you?
Very briefly, but like didn't really introduce each other to each other essentially before like. So
Right.
familiar.
Well,
Bit
Falurie's
recognized
fought
a
by
little
our
bit.
side.
Okay,
Yeah,
sorry, I got
definitely.
mixed up.
I don't mistrust him. I
Yeah.
just or mistrust her. Sorry.
Yeah. No, it's just wasn't sure if you'd react as soon as you see, but you do recognize Falurie, the Aarakocra monk. And
I'm still like bound, right?
well, they're the kind of like I need to fight now kind of binds. All right.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Quick slip. All right. Falurie Sarnia looks at you all and says. Actually, she looks at Falurie and says, "This dragon. What color?" It was red-ish.
Oh.
Red-ish. Retroactively. Cut to you perched on a nearby rock mountain face, overlooking the ruins of this keep, and this massive dragon came flying in. You're like, and it had a rider on its back who stepped off and entered into this keep,
Archibald.
and a bunch of like bearded devils and stuff greeted it and are like busy
Archibald.
holding the ropes for this dragon. And the dragon, when it let out a roar, and once this thing left, it seemed well, go ahead and do either perception or insight or animal handling. It's your choice.
I don't think that allows for this.
Go wild, dog.
Well,
Go wild.
to observe someone else and how they handle animals. I would
Like
Is
say
that for me
yes.
or?
Like a dragon.
Falurie, make your check,
Oh,
please.
baby.
Perception 15.
Oh, whoops, wrong page.
Yep.
At the distance you are, it's hard to tell. You don't get a good view of this thing. You're trying to stay out of sight. It had reddish scales. Ish. I don't know. There's something not totally. I mean, it's a freaking dragon. But it also seemed cowed when the rider was on it, and as it got off, it got more bold and angry. And when one of the bearded devil walks forward to like lasso it with a rope to kind of be like stay, trying to it snaps at him and it retreats. And then he calls, and basically the dragon is not. It has a master and it obeys it, but it ain't the bearded devils that are busy kind of gathered around it. After that, you realized something wasn't right. And you went down below to try and find your friends.
Interesting.
All right. All right.
Quite interesting.
We can go
Oh
up.
dear.
Can any of you fly? I mean, besides Birdie.
I can.
The allies.
I can break out of Maximus's chains, then I can fly. My mind is as sharpened as a pencil sharpener.
And Darmita just turns and looks at Benkuhm like,
Is on the dragon. Like, sorry. Who, like, what is going on? Who's here?
It depends on the dragon. Let's just say they don't willingly serve devils very often. I know of a few who've cowed such creatures, or twisted them, and broke them.
Oh.
Tiamat is... Let's just say she still has a lot of fans, even though she's been deposed. So most dragons and most devils don't mix. There are a
She
few.
might be an ally.
Let's just say we don't want to meet any of them. We need a way around. We could fly. Bird, how did you get down? Could you guide us back out?
Can you teleport? Yes.
It was a hell of a trip down here, but you could squeeze back. You remember the way you went.
Oh god, I never thought I'd do this. Yeah, sure. I'll bring you guys back up.
Can you? Can everybody fly? Or be carried?
I can fly for sure.
Can't carry me.
Yeah.
Um,
The people who can't fly are the heaviest.
That's Henrietta
Thing,
and Benkuhm.
Yeah.
and Fenris.
Yeah, Fenris can fly.
Fucking Fenris can't fly. Fuck that guy.
So it
Can you
appears
fly?
Dragon. I think this dragon sounds cool. Let's hang out.
Actually,
You know, like devils, let's go.
step up to Sarnia, and I'm just gonna say, I can get us out of here, but it takes much of my power. Is it dire right now that we need to leave?
the choice is
Mr.
yours. Let's just
Sounds like
say,
an ally to me.
I don't think we'll get
Potential,
so
of
lucky.
course.
Our luck
To
cannot
stay
hold.
here in this stairwell.
Henrietta. You don't think we could get so lucky?
Fenris, we gotta get out of here. We gotta go. We gotta make a decision.
Fine. So I take out the object from the magic school bus.
Yeah.
And I start concentrating, and I just say, I picked this up since last we met, Benkuhm. Now I can do it too. And I just kind of concentrate, and I cast teleport.
So you gather everybody around, and just the air just starts to as these shadows. And for a second in this hallway, you see this line of dark shadow, almost like just pool above Fenris, above him for a second, and then spread out in a thin bead, arcing over you all, and touches down at the ground, and then flashes around, and the shadows just rise up from this almost bell shape around you all, and just and pull you into the stone on which you are standing, and you are gone.
We roll.
And we
into
rise
this.
back up in the magic school bus.
In the magic school bus. All right. Nice.
Are we all
that,
gonna die? Oh,
We're
let's
gonna
roll all die
teleport?
instantly.
You just
Do you know-
teleported?
Yeah, teleport.
That's so crazy. 7th level. What the heck?
Yeah, man. He's not messing about.
The same plan.
That wasn't a
Messing around.
joke. You just teleported us. Holy.
Hey, you guys said it's dire.
That's
Fine, it's dire.
Well, we
That's
just skipped a
not
red
great. I love
dragon, so.
Yeah, that's excellent.
Yeah, we
So,
didn't want to mess
GM,
with
Are
that.
you gonna roll a D100 and consult this
He
table?
doesn't have to. I have an object.
That supersedes it.
Oh.
It makes it extremely unlikely to be a problem.
When you're in the plane, yeah.
Yeah, so basically,
you're fine.
if when you roll a 1 to 100 with an associated object, you will be on target. It's the same thing as having a permanent circle.
Nice.
Oh.
So,
Wow.
Cool, I see.
Why I took the ornament.
yeah,
Oh
you
yeah,
guys-
it
That was
doesn't make-
brilliant.
yeah, I knew you.
So-
Object.
Whoa.
Mhm.
Wow.
That was brilliant,
That
dude.
was clutch. All right, so you guys are sitting next to this rickety old infernal machine with ratchety
Wow.
things, and like it's got this big claw, like a tow truck off the back. It's got like ballista in a few places, and it's got metal panels, some of which are all rusty, and most of which are all rusty. And you're back outside on the plain where you parked opposite the entrance. Now, I know you can't see it on your map, but due south there is a kind of an entrance into the chasm where you were, and you just sidestepped all of that. All right.
Let's
As you
get out of here.
gather around, you pile into the magic school bus and start it up. Darmita at the helm, and in the background, after a few seconds, as you fuel it up, you drop in the soul coin.
On
And I just-
highway to hell.
Yeah, you are.
I just turned to Benkuhm and I'm like, watch this. By the way, I've dropped the
Hold on.
disguise self.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of
Yeah,
course.
I think it's
Yeah.
done by now, yeah.
Hold my
Yeah.
beer.
So you guys,
Hold my beer, Darmita.
And I
says.
just book it.
and just tears off. All right. Can I get as you just have that moment, just wind blowing, the hair back, Darmita kind of perched up on top. There's no windshield, and everybody else is
but it-
rattling around inside. Falurie hanging off the top, acting as scout, occasionally leaping up and circling around. Can I get any two of you to do a perception check for me?
I will.
I don't think it would be me, only because I'm busy driving,
Sure thing.
right?
Isn't I mean Falurie
Falurie
is
is
actually
scout.
looking,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
Good
if he
point,
wants
Falurie
to.
should, Yeah.
So that's one.
that makes
Who else?
sense.
Ooh, 9.
Ooh,
You know
okay.
what? I'll spend a luck point. Why not?
It's up to you, man.
You already got 22.
14.
Just joking.
All right, 14 and 22. So Falurie, you're scouting above as the large machine starts pulling away and winding its way up these cliff kind of what do they call them? Not zip backs. What are they called again? When you back and forth up a hill.
Zigzag.
Yeah, the zigzags. Switchbacks. That's it. And Falurie kind of casts a look back towards this, the Fortress of the Oblivion, and you can see in there, you hear and see these massive wings just, and the bottoms are kind of, they've got this thin leathery scales, but you can see through them in places, and the wings just look weird as this dragon that was there is now crests up over the fallen walls, and you can just hear it in the distance. And you see on the back of this flaming armored Nerzugan riding on the back of this undead dragon.
Oh.
As it leaves, and it's pretty far away. It's probably like 500 to 800 feet right now, and you guys are winding your way back up, and it begins to ascend and do this long, slow circle around. Falurie, what do you want to do? You're the only one who appears to have seen this.
I'll go fly back to hearing distance and relay what I just saw.
I put my stuff back on in the car.
That's fair. All right. There is something behind you, and it is a very big, very angry dragon.
I try to just floor this thing, pull anything out of this machine that I can possibly pull.
Okay, you're still on the switchback, so you can't go too fast yet as you make your way around. But you're getting there. You're getting up to the top of this, where it opens up onto the plains and into rocky hills, and hoping to put some distance between you. Can I get you to do a survival check for me? With advantage, because it's your favorite terrain.
Yeah.
I'd like to either try to see if the dragon or the rider has taken notice of us, or I can just ask Falurie either way.
Sure. You poke out.
We're just a pit, right? Yeah. So it's very possible it hasn't been taken.
It's true. It's possible. It doesn't appear. Go ahead and do a perception check of your own.
Cool. Thank you.
I
know what I'm looking for. Yeah.
All right, Falurie. By the way, with that 22 perception, you also notice something else. I wish I could message you directly. Damn it. How do I do that?
You can. You can.
Flash.
You can whisper.
Okay.
You can do a whisper.
How's that work?
I'm
finally learning Roll20. In Roll20, though, I have to be there.
Yeah, you can whisper in Roll20 where you actually I can't remember
what it is. It's fine.
I think it's backslash. Oh, what is it? Backslash.
I think I got it. /W.
Yeah, backslash, and then when you start typing their name, it starts filling it out, and then you just click the fill out, and then you can whisper.
So, Falurie, I just messaged you. I don't know if you got that.
It does automatically fill that out. Cool.
By the way,
that could mean something, but I.
You recognize this one, I think.
Yes.
Wait, yeah, you do.
By the way, I'm using a luck point
Sure.
on my survival. Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
An 18 is not very high for Darmita on this.
You're right. Yeah, it just means you're locked into whatever you roll, right?
18.
You take it, don't you? With luck, isn't that how that works?
Yep. All right,
if you
go
roll
for
less
it.
than
Second
the,
Shit. All right. Oh,
I think that's how luck works. I could be wrong. I've never taken luck. I think it's a dumb ability.
Say what you really mean.
Why, thank you.
All right. So, Darmita, you were just booking it up there as fast as you can. You're like, all right, we're getting to the top. And then at the very last second, one of the wheels sticks for a bit and just... You're right near the top. It's not fully stuck, but it's going slower than you would want with that luck that went the other way.
Just,
all right.
Just so you know, with
Just
luck,
you
you can actually choose which die.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
just so you know.
So the 18. So it comes unstuck, and you up onto the top of the plane. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else? Anybody?
Todd, could I just ask you kind of a meta question?
Sure. What's up?
What I have everything in that kind of bag, almost like I'm leaving like jail, like they just stripped me and I got everything back. So there's the devil's chain.
That is actually no longer there.
Okay, cool. So I'm gonna delete that.
Yeah, sorry.
I just wanted to double check with you because I was like, either I have a moral quandary and like have a cutscene about how I don't want to wear the chains anymore because they represent the chains of my life.
If you want to, we can make that happen. I prefer that.
No. I'm saying that's like because I wouldn't want to have it anyway. So it's like I open the bag and I look for the chain. I kind of hoped the chains would be there, like Trent and Benkuhm were like, yeah,
absolutely, they were there. You open up this chest and you see
no,
this
but I don't
chain.
want it.
Well, I know.
But I don't want the pout. Oh shit.
Yeah, I like that scene. All right, so you're all riding up this thing, and you're just like, okay, I think you're in the clear. And Benkuhm, you reach into your sack and you pull this out, and you're just like, oh, it is there, right at the bottom, coiled up like an old friend. The chains that you pulled off of a chain devil.
Yeah, and
that
they
you
don't
bent to your will.
That I did bet. Okay, cool. I was checking. Did I bend them to my will, or did
Or
I
they
got
bent
my?
you to theirs. One or the other.
I don't know. This sounds crazy because I'm not. I have a -1, but could I roll like an Arcana check to like
I would love that.
understand the magic of the chains? I guess.
Sure.
Cool.
17 -1. Oh my god. Okay, so I got a 17. Holy crap.
17.
Love it.
You
Wow.
understand how these chains work. And they are...
Ooh.
They're a gateway drug, bro. They...
Oh.
You can maybe control them. But over time, if you use them more and more, you start to get exhausted. And when you get too exhausted, you start to give in to those nightmares
Yes.
and those tortures.
I totally forgot about that stuff.
And eventually, they could kill you.
You
And if
know-
you die by them, then you will rise again from the river Styx as a chain devil yourself. They are not bonded with you right now.
I'm going to.
Do I see him doing this?
No, hold on.
He's at the back of the bus.
I'm trying to see something.
Okay.
Could I take the chain and wrap it around Thumper, around the?
Ooh.
Could I wrap it around the mace instead of my body? It's a magic mace.
Or you give it a try. You wrap it around the mace for a while and down the handle a little bit. And then you
It
have
just
to be
doesn't-
like, this could do, and you're smacking it in your hand as the bus is rattling around. And then after a little while, you look down, you see the chains kind of inching down, just slowly winding down as they're reaching towards your hand.
I see.
And you're just like, oh, that's gonna keep doing that. You can keep
Cool.
them. You managed to keep it off last time. Well, it didn't hurt too bad.
Nah, I pretty much just take the maul, throw my shield on my back, strap the spear into it, take the rest of my bag, and just chuck it out the fucking car. Just
Chain and all?
yeet the whole
Or-
thing. Sorry?
Are you gonna keep the chain, or is it in the bag?
The chain is in the bag,
Alright, you
and the
take
only
it
thing
off,
I'm
chuck it
keeping
in.
is a strand of rope. I'm pretty much Conan the Barbarian now. I have rope around me, and I have 1 potion of healing and my weapons, and that's it.
Nice.
Cool.
All right. So you heft the chain, you hold it off the side as this thing's tearing across the desert, and just
Just
and it
yeet,
cut to the
throw
scene
whole
as the
bag.
wheel goes, and this bag just goes in the dirt. And after a few seconds, as you guys disappear into the distance, you see the chains just start to slither out of the open sack and just start to retreat back towards the keep from which you left.
Cool.
All right. In the darkness in the back, cut to riding high above this dusty plain. Haruman, also known as Ostrin, riding on the back of a withered, broken, red dragon Dracolich. Dracolich?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Dracolich.
Wow.
Circling above the darkened plain.
Dracolich.
He bends down and pats the bone neck, vertebrae poking out. And he says, "It is all right, my pet. We'll find them soon enough." And with that, I think we might actually end a little bit early tonight.
Wow. Die to a
Good
dragon.
spot to end on, yeah.
All right. That is not the way I thought that would go. I look forward
Yeah.
to what happens next as you guys deal with all of that. Darmita, he saw you through that door. He was like, wait, I know that person. And so because you teleported, you got a
So
good head
he-
start.
So he has true sight then.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. Of course he does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
But at
But
this
you guys
point,
teleported, and that just threw it all. I was like, okay, you get back. who knows? We'll see what happens next as you guys are tearing across the plane with this arch nemesis on dragon back.
And she's injured too.
We would have been fighting him.
It's true. I saw your eyebrow go up, and I was like, "Yeah, Gordon knows what's going on." All right.
Oh, is that the Eye of Pelor?
No.
Not quite.
Oh,
It's his henchman.
He's
me.
Ulstrin.
Oh no!
Yes, he's Ulstrin.
Yes.
We've already tangled with him once. We found out.
Oh man,
Ulstrin's really
his weapons were so nice.
I was trying to remember how he died, and
I
I
think
think he fell into the six, so it makes
I
sense
tossed
that
him
he...
after some time of trying to push him. I finally was able to toss him into the
Put him
sticks.
into
but I
the
guess-
sticks.
Yeah, when you guys
So that
encountered
makes
him
sense why he
at
didn't
Harrowman's Hill,
die,
you pushed him off
right?
the cliff. But
Yeah.
that doesn't mean he's gonna die. It'll take
Yeah,
a while
yeah.
for him
He
to.
just gets
But yeah.
That makes sense.
Heuristics is funny.
All right. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's a stupid
It's
Dracolich.
It's a Draco Lich.
Just so you guys know, like we're basically the only thing we're doing left now is going to like maybe Mad Maggie to try to get Archibald, and then we're going right to Darmita's mom, who has it going on.
Darmita's
So glad you
mom.
said that.
So like
Yeah.
bring back Lulu.
Somebody would say it.
There's a few things to wrap up, but I can feel it. We're getting close.
Yeah,
We're getting
and Sarnia is
close.
probably just like, what just happened?
So we didn't kill Darmita's mom?
You did, but
Okay, cool.
you
She
can
did.
bring him up to speed later
Oh
on.
boy, Trent,
Um,
so much has happened.
So much.
Wow.
Episode 20.
Yeah, it's been 6 months, 7 months.
Episode 20, I think, was somewhere
Yeah.
around there. Maybe somewhere between 20 and 30 was the last time you were on. So thanks so much for joining us again.
No worries.
Internet,
Yeah,
while we
it's
do a
gonna
quick
be,
little chat, just a quick shout. Internet, we're going to need an episode title. So if anybody, or players, if you have a title for our episode, just let me know. Just throw it into chat live. And also, thanks very much for listening to those who are listening after the fact. I think Michigan exploded. Shout out to Michigan. Not that far from here.
Nice.
Dungeon Master named Todd. Monty Python joke in there somewhere. Absolutely. Sorry I didn't see that earlier. Dan's Vrescence. It's a bird. It's a plane. Holy shit, it's Benkuhm. That's a pretty good title.
I mean, there's definitely something in there just with like Benkuhm's back, but
Ooh,
something
the
fancier than
narrow
that, I
escape.
feel like.
And
I like
The
that.
narrow
Reunion.
escape.
I don't want to
yeah,
give too
something
many
that-
spoilers in the title.
Right?
That's my
Yeah.
only thing.
That is
Just
but,
say
okay.
reunion or something like that.
that's still
Breakfast Club.
Well, we got a couple of ideas. Reunion, we got it's a bird, it's a plane, holy shit, it's... Oh, how about this? We combine those ideas. We say, it's a bird, it's a plane, holy shit, it's a reunion. Maybe.
Something.
Yeah.
Take
Maybe.
take
Okay.
two ideas, mush them together,
Cut it in
Yeah.
half.
cut them in half, and...
Add more. Add more
Friends don't
words. Add less words.
Friends
Sprinkles.
don't punch friends in the face.
that I like.
Yeah, something like broken noses. I don't know. like-
Yeah, I like friends don't punch friends in the face.
Yeah.
Dragons and
Right.
reunions.
But you're such good friends.
Dragons and reunions. Maybe. Yeah, I like that simple
Yeah,
too.
That's nice and clean. I like that. All right, we'll workshop it. We'll probably choose one of those. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. It's weird. We never
it's
end
PG.
early. But I figured
Yeah.
No.
it's either you guys keep going or you're throwing down against...
It is
Austin
it's
and
a
a
good
Dracolich.
spot to stop. So
Yeah.
before we head, I first want to say, Trent, just like for clarity's sake, is this going to be like a regular thing for like the last arc, or
Yeah, yeah.
guessing
I've been
here.
told there's like a few
Yeah.
like a few ideas left to finish.
Yeah.
So
that's awesome.
and
so
I
good.
know you
Good to
guys
have
are
you.
Thursdays, so I definitely have at least the next two.
Awesome. Well, we're hoping to wrap it up in... I don't know. It could
Yeah,
go pretty quick.
maybe
from
another
here.
one, maybe another two. Yeah.
It's definitely going to be more than one, because, I mean, I go on to reunions and narrow escapes and dragons.
I mean,
oh
the
my.
final battle's going to be like a whole session,
Oh,
right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
you know how
that it
D&D
should be.
works,
Yeah,
right?
it should be.
Yeah.
At least a session.
Yeah. So minimum of two.
I think
And
we're about
teleport
4
again.
away.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
now that you can bamf around. I mean, just bamf,
Yeah,
bamf.
teleport away.
I mean, sort of.
All right,
So,
we're gonna wrap it up
pretty
here.
good.
Thanks so much for watching. We can keep on chatting offline, but thanks very much for watching. We're here every Thursday, at least for the next little while. And don't forget, Trent, you've got a little bit of homework. About something like 20 or so episodes. You can have it in podcast or on YouTube,
Yeah,
or just ask
good
these
point.
guys. They'll bring you up to speed as they do.
I might watch the last few.
Yeah, I feel like Darmita's catching as they're, cruising along. She's kind of,
And then-
looking back and telling, yeah.
Oh, and then Archibald got lost in a dream.
And I got mad at friggin' Fenris. Fuck. Ah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever. We'll see.
Fuck
All right,
Fenris.
thanks very much for watching, everybody. We will see you next week. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And for goodness sakes, roll some dice if you can. All right, we'll see you again soon. Cheers,
And
everybody.
just like one last time, I'm playing
Oh, yeah.
on Greg Hansen's channel tomorrow. Watch that. It's like the same time that this started.
Hey.
I was off for a second. Go ahead and do that
I'm gonna
shout
be-
out properly, Darcy. There you go.
Cool. Yes, before we go, just again, reminder, I am playing on Greg Hansen's channel tomorrow. I'll be hosting it on my own, but go there, Greg Hansen, one word. Watch me be a level 1 ranger who's gonna definitely die, so that'll be fun.
Nice. And
Nice.
thanks very much to all the people who made suggestions. Kudni and Daz Verence and Bertez. Oh, so much fun to play along with you. And of course, Yaufen. And we
Not-
will see
Hey,
you.
Yao fan.
Not to be a jerk, but it's Kutenai.
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 Kutenai the wolf.
Ah, yes, that's right.
Kutenai.
Yeah, like serious. All right, good night, everybody. Have a great one.
Good night.
See you guys.
Listen to SideQuest Live. Thanks so much for tuning in. We try to record all of our games as much as possible, whether that's Dungeons & Dragons, or Shadowrun, or another tabletop role-playing game. Just a quick side note about all the licenses and copyrights involved. Our music is all Creative Commons attribution music on our live stream video feed, or YouTube replay, or Twitch VOD. We always attribute each individual artist, so be sure to check out those individual artist attributions. Lots of love to so many people who make their work available so that we can do what we do. So thank you. It influences our game. It makes it immeasurably better. So much appreciation for that. Let's not forget the makers of the game. Dungeons & Dragons is copywritten by Wizards of the Coast. They own it. They make it available to all of us to play, and it's wonderful. We are in no way affiliated with them, and nor do they endorse this podcast, but we are very appreciative. The other game we often play is Shadowrun, which is Catalyst Games. And again, we are not affiliated with them and they do not endorse us, but we really appreciate their game and we hope you appreciate our game. Thanks so much for tuning in. Don't forget to check us out on Instagram and Twitch and YouTube and watch for those live games once we're streaming them out. And of course, we do accept suggestions for names, so please hit us up on Instagram and name our stuff. All right, thanks so much. I'm Todd, and this has been SideQuest Live. We'll see you again soon.